Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Vlogmas Day 9. So, I'm vlogging and walking right now because I am on my way to a performance in the School of Drama. Right now, it's Playground, which means basically like a winter show. I think it's every semester, but they do a little show, or a little like series of shows. I think someone just called my name. Hi, Diamond. Where are you going? Okay, great. Let's walk together. I'm going to Purnell. You did? Yay! It's Diamond.
Hi.
I heard Chiname's voice. Was Chiname there?
Yeah,
okay,
she
good.
was next to me.
She was like, okay, Sabrina. I was like, oh my god, that's Chiname. All right, Dime, tell the people where you're going.
Going to Doherty, had an assignment.
Woo!
Yesterday.
Absolutely. That's the kind of life you live. Honestly, if you're stressing for us, don't stress for us. Everything will work out and everything will be fine. That's the whole point of college, is like understanding where your priorities are, and at least you got the assignment done, and I'm sure you killed it. So
I mean, it's due yesterday, but he's not going to be in his office until Monday.
Exactly.
So he was like,
professors
just get it
always
in
do
before
that.
I come.
My other professor was like, yeah, it's due Saturday at 5 p.m. like handed in on the mail slot, in the mail slot on my door, but I'm not picking it up until Sunday around 1. I was like, what? That is so much time. So I'm really not stressed at all. Hope Jane is not watching this video and gonna be like, oh, so that's how you prioritize my class. Just kidding. Okay, I'm really gonna turn this off now because I don't want to be late.
Peace out.
Bye. What is up, everybody? I know it's been quite a bit since I last vlogged. It's currently 6 o'clock. What you last saw was me and Sarah having a little lunch date / study session. Sometimes it's nice to go off campus and really get a change of scenery so that you can try and be a little bit more productive. Sometimes that change of scenery really helps you focus a little bit more because you're not having all of the external not really pressures, but all the external factors of what if I run into somebody I know? And you can just really focus on whatever it is that you need to get done. So that was really nice to be able to go to the Ace Hotel, where I've never been before, and get good food and get work done. So I'm glad we did that. Now I'm about to finish up an assignment, and then I'm going to put makeup on, and then I'm going to go to show number 2. So the thing that's a little bit different about today's show is that as soon as I get off stage from my final performance, I have to quick change and run next door to participate in a musical for Playground, which you saw in a rehearsal video yesterday, in yesterday's video. So I'm glad to be in that. I'm really excited to participate and help my boy Javier, Scorpio gang, and that's going to be really fun. I have a nice little cameo with Catherine, whom you've met so many times. She's been an OG on this vlogging part of my channel, and we're really excited. It's going to be fun, it's going to be different, and it's going to be super special. I thought that I would sit down and show you how I do my makeup for performances. And I'll take my Real Techniques complexion sponge, and usually I'll drop it in this so that it gets a little damp, but it's actually the perfect consistency right now, which is like not entirely too swollen or, ooh, look at that healthy glow. What? I've got no highlighter on. Look at that. Ooh, 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 shablam. So it's nicely damp right now. This is how I like it when I apply my foundation, which is going to be, I'm going to use Maybelline Fit Me Dewy Smooth, and I am relatively excited about it. The reason why I use Dewy Smooth in the winter time is because for normal reasons, my face tends to get pretty dried out in the wintertime, and I don't really like that. And so I like to bring back some light to my face, or some life to my face, rather. I'm just collecting all of my materials. We're going to do this as efficiently and quickly as possible. That could be better for you. Maybe, yes. Okay. So I'm going to brush the hairs upwards. And you know what? In a perfect world, I would trim these hairs down even more because they're doing a thing where, if I can get this lighting right, they're doing a thing where they don't have the shape that I want them to have. But that's when we go in with our products, which today are going to be the black shade here in the corner from the Maybelline The Nudes palette. I'm going to take that on a Sephora angled brush, and I'm actually going to wet the brush just a little bit with this murky water I've got in here. And then I'll just tap that off a little bit onto a napkin. That one's from courtesy of Chipotle. Tap it into the product, and then I'll just go in with hair-like strokes. So sort of mimicking the hairs that I already have, but filling in the gaps. And that's why it's nice to brush the hairs up first, because you see where exactly you need to put the rest of the product. So now I've got a more crisp version of my brows, and then I can go in with my concealer as the last step. This is the Maybelline Fit Me in the shade 30. Now I'm going to take my concealer on a Real Techniques angled brush. This is, I think, the fine liner brush. I really like this brush for doing this because I think it's thick enough to cover a large surface area, but also precise enough to really get in where I need it to be. This is the process that I like to do specifically for stage makeup when I know that I need to look more animated. You know what? This right brow has been giving me so much trouble. I'm absolutely abhorring it at the moment. So then what I'll do is I'll continue to pull away the product and sort of fade it out just with my angled brush, and then clean up like any other edges that I want to. What I'm actually going to do is go in with the pencil that I like to use, which is just an H&M Beauty black liner, and just draw this line because honestly it's irking me. And now I'm going to go in with my foundation. So I put a decent amount on the back of my hand, mostly because, I mean, it's stage makeup, right? It's got to be a little pronounced here. I'm going to take the corner part of the sponge and get real up and close to my brows. And this is what my brows end up looking like. Let's finish the rest of the face. Okay, so yes, I'm aware that I do look really orange, but I promise you it's also because this light is super yellow. Before I set my face with powder, I'm going to go back in with that Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade 30 and put it just a little bit under my eyes there. I don't like to go too close underneath my eyes because I have a couple, like actually a single fine line, just one line, and sometimes it tends to settle. Sometimes concealer settles in there. Then I'm going to put a little bit of concealer in the middle of my forehead. And a little bit on my chin. And this is more of like a natural, it's closer to my skin tone. But then to give more brightness, what I'm going to do is go in with same Maybelline Fit Me, but in the shade 35, which is a lot lighter. And I just do like a couple dollops in the very center of those places so that it's hyper bright. Now I'm going to let this set because I like for it to get a little tacky so that when I blend it out, it'll stay for longer. And in the meantime, I'm going to go in and set my brows using the Essence Make Me Brow. Now I'm going to go back in with the Real Techniques sponge and blend it out. Okay, so now we can go in with all of our powders that we're going to be using today. And for the most part, I'm just going to focus on two, which are my ride or dies, and that's the NYX Mineral Powder Set It Don't Fret It in the shade Light Medium, and then the L'Oreal True Match Powder in the shade C8. first thing I'm going to do is take a very light dusting of the NYX Set It Don't Fret It. Even though, or more like because this foundation is so dewy and my skin is very, very oily, I want to find a way to combat the two or at least balance them out. And if I have a good dusting of this powder, it'll cancel out a lot of my excess shine, and then the healthy glow from the foundation is really coming through. So now what I'm going to do is take the L'Oreal True Match powder with my same fluffy Sephora brush and set my eyes down. So I'm going to hop into my good old Black Radiance True Complexion Contour Palette, and I'm going to use the contour shade on a Real Techniques. I forget what this brush is called, but it's perfect for my crease because I have a lot of lid space, but it's still tapered enough to really get into my crease. Now what I'm doing is taking a tapered Sephora eyeshadow brush in the Lorac Pro palette, and I'm going to use this shade Espresso to just ever so slightly define my outer crease. Then I'm going to go back in with that Real Techniques Deluxe crease brush and blend all of these shadows out. Again, I just want to look defined, but not like super pronounced. Now I'm going to go in with the Rimmel London Scandalized Mascara in the shade Black. I absolutely love this mascara, this eyeliner, because it is so black. Like, it's a really good kohl liner. So I've just gone in and used that on my waterline and tight line just a little bit. And now I'm going to go in and contour my face by using this angled e.l.f. brush, which I absolutely adore. And then concentrating it more so on the outside of my face. Because my face is so round, in order to give myself more shape, you want to concentrate your contour like right near the ear. That way it's really like giving more of an angular look. The last face detail that I have is highlight, of course. Now, I'm really glad that this lighting is as bad as it is because you can really see the shape that my highlight line should be making. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the highlight from that same Black Radiance palette, finding my natural highlight in the light, and then going over that and accentuating it. To finish up the eyes, I'm going to be taking a MAC 211 brush in that same highlight shade and put some on my inner corner. I didn't do this last night, I think merely because I forgot, which is sad because this is like my signature. And last but not least, I'm going to be taking mascara. I'm going to use a oldie but a goodie, which is the Maybelline Lash Sensational Luscious. You guys know I absolutely adore this formula, mostly because it is waterproof, which means that it's going to hold the curl in my lashes so much better. And this is the finished makeup look. Last thing, let me turn the light back on. Last thing for my lips, what I'm going to be using is my trusty NYX liner in brown. It's just a brown liner. I use that on my lips. And then I'm going in with the Desi X Katie with Dose of Colors collaboration. And this is the lip gloss called Over the Top. Much like this whole look, it's a little bit defined, but also very glossy. And that's what I love to go for. Talk though, let's tell the people what we just did.
We were just extremely problematic humans.
I love you there.
So Catherine and I just had our Purnell debut.
Yeah.
So we will be showing up on IMDb any moment.
I love 2 lines.
That's how it works.
It was so fun.
It was very scary. I'm sweating profusely right now.
Me too.
They did amazing. They were clearly natural theater artists.
All of our friends just like snapped their heads to like see where the noise is
I'm
coming
gonna show
from.
you how it goes. Give me the space
Oh,
between
yeah. It was just so much.
It was pretty aggressive because
and then his voice just dropped. It was just so much.
so much.
I went from my kid voice to my dad voice real quick.
It was just like a whole drop, and they just dropped some bombs, and then everyone was like, "What is happening?" Edges were snatched. We just didn't know what to do with
So
ourselves.
many snatch edges.
Oh my
You should
god.
have seen the white people.
Huh.